System reliability, and the three remaining slides from that section of the syllabus. The first here is about MTBF, MTTF, and useful life, and those are not the same, those two, because this example here with a braking pad, the first one is worn out and the second one is broken. This is quite normal. It happens in every car, and you can simply monitor the status of the braking pad and change it in due time. This broken braking pad is more unpredictable. It suddenly happens and may cause downtime in the car. So this one comes under the topics that we are talking about today, the reliability and unreliability of systems. And this one comes within the maintenance part of the ownership, where you change components before they fail. And also with this battery, it's very normal that batteries wear out, that they are their useful life has come to an end, where all the power in the battery has been used up. But what you see here is a failed battery, a battery that has exploded or something, and which is definitely not a normal operating event. So in this example here, the MTBF and MTTF are commonly confused with a useful life, and they are not the same in any way. For example, with this battery, you may have a useful life of 4 hours under normal working conditions, like when you use it in a torch or in a radio, and an MTTF of 100,000 hours. How can that be? How can it be that the MTTF of a battery is much, much more than the useful life? Well, let's say that you have a population of 100,000 batteries, and they have a useful life of 4 hours in normal use, which means that you will get 400,000 hours of experience. During those 400,000 hours, 4 batteries fail. They crack open, they explode like in this picture, and wrong things happen with them. All the other batteries are worn out within their normal time of 4 hours. So you have 400,000 hours of experience. You have 4 unplanned errors, which means that you have 100,000 hours between each unplanned error. So that would give an MTBF, or MTTF actually, of 100,000 hours. MTTF, because we are not repairing the battery, we are simply replacing it after its normal life. And even if it fails, we would replace the battery, not repair the battery. You can see from the picture there that this battery here would be quite impossible to repair, right? Maintenance, we have 3 kinds of maintenance. We have corrective, predictive, and preventive. Corrective is when you wait for something to fail and then you repair it. And the example here is the windscreen washer fluid of a car. You simply wait until nothing more comes out of the outlets, and then you refill the tank and it works again. It doesn't have to be very dramatic. Well, in many modern cars you actually get a warning before it gets empty, but in older cars you didn't get a warning at all. You simply, when you try to put windscreen washer on the windscreen, it didn't work. So that would require corrective maintenance in order to correct the failure, even though it wasn't a very dramatic failure. Then you have preventive maintenance, which means that you do something to before it fails, just in case it should fail within a reasonable time. And the example here is oil change. Well, even though the oil still works, it does its job, well, you still change it. And also in a car, a timing belt, registerreim in Norwegian, will be changed before it fails based on statistics, based on MTBF and MTGF. You change your timing belt every 5 years or before you run for 100,000 kilometers. And then you have the predictive maintenance, which is that you monitor the system, like the windscreen wiper here, the windscreen wiper. You monitor the system and you see that it starts working poorer and poorer and poorer, but you wait, you don't change it until you see that now it's below a given level of quality. So once it's below that given level of quality, you do the action. This is the most cost-effective way of running maintenance, because if you wait too long until it fails, well then large costs may run to your system as a whole. If you do it too early, well then you have maintenance costs that wasn't necessary. But if you do it right in time, when the system starts to wear out, just before it's below the required level of quality, then it's the perfect timing of your maintenance. Finally, the total lifetime operating cost of a system, TLOC. The total lifetime operating cost is a sum of many different costs, and here are four examples. Of course, the initial cost, that's the purchase cost of the system, sorry. After a short break there, the initial cost here would be, there you go. The initial cost of the system would be the purchase cost. And then you have the cost of all the fails and maintenance during the system lifetime, all the costs that comes with that. And the cost of downtime is often a very large cost, because you have promised to keep an agreement which you can't keep, and that may cost you a lot. And then you have the cost of measurement errors, and this is very important in our topic in the measurement systems, because if you, for example, have a petroleum system and what you ship is actually 100,000 liters, but what you get paid for is 90,000 liters, well, then the cost of the wrong measurements can be enormous. And then finally, to get rid of the system once it's worn out and its useful life has come to an end, that's also an additional cost.